Number 1 pick, here to comment, is Caitlin Clark.
There's something special brewing in Indianapolis, and if you blink, you might miss it. Caitlin Clark just dropped a performance in her very first Indiana Fever scrimmage that's got everybody talking. And trust us, it's a lot deeper than a few nice shots. Let's get into it, because this one's for real. Caitlin Clark's first deep three of 2025 sends a message. If there was any doubt that Caitlin Clark was ready to dominate again, it's gone now. It's been about 7 long months since the Fever last hit the court, and finally the team is back at it, getting real reps in as training camp officially starts for the 2025 WNBA season. And let's just say, the hype is 1000% real. From the second practice opened up, all eyes were locked in on Caitlin. She's not just the Fever's leader, she's the engine, the heartbeat, the game changer. And guess what? She wasted no time reminding everybody exactly why. In a clip that's already blowing up social media, Indy Star reporter Chloe Peterson caught Caitlin pulling up from deep, we're talking logo range, and drilling a three like it was nothing. Smooth, confident, effortless. The caption was simple, a Caitlin Clark long-range three. And that's all it needed to be. Because when Caitlin lets one fly like that, you just know something special is happening. And seeing her splash threes in the very first team practice, it's got Fever fans losing their minds. And honestly, it should have the rest of the league on notice too. Because these shots aren't just highlights for TikTok. They're a warning. Caitlin Clark is back. She's better, and she's about to unleash everything this season. The Fever are building around her perfectly, with shooters to spread the floor, bigs who can bang inside, vets who know how to win, and a coaching staff ready to let her fly. You could feel it during that first scrimmage. Caitlin wasn't just playing, she was controlling the gym, setting the pace, setting the tone. When she pulls up and buries a bomb from 30 feet out, it's not just 2 or 3 points. It's a gut punch to the other team. It's energy that lifts the Fever and deflates the opponent before the real games have even started. This is exactly why so many people, from Vegas odds makers to WNBA legends, are already saying she should be in the MVP conversation this year. If she's hitting shots like that in April, just imagine what she's going to be doing by July. Indiana's championship window isn't opening in a few years, it's swinging open right now. A real motion offense in action. If you watch the footage carefully, you'll notice it right away. The Fever aren't just tossing the ball around and hoping for magic. They're running an actual motion offense, just like Sophie Cunningham hinted during preseason interviews. You can see players cutting hard without the ball, looking to set each other up, creating space with constant movement. Caitlin had moments where you could tell she wanted the ball back, that classic point guard instinct. But the system didn't bend to just one player. That's a real team. This isn't just Caitlin saves us every possession basketball. This is a 5-player system where every woman on the court has a role and every possession has a purpose. That's going to make the Fever hard to guard once the regular season starts. And remember, Caitlin Clark isn't running with scrubs either. She's running with Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hull, Nalissa Smith, and Aaliyah Boston. That's the starting 5 right there. Caitlin, Mitchell, Hull, Smith, and Boston. All young, all hungry, all about to take a leap together. Defense, setting the tone early. But the offense wasn't even the loudest thing from today's scrimmage. It was the defense. The Indiana Fever's second team, their bench players, straight up forced the starting 5 into a shot clock violation. That is massive. It tells you that this team's identity isn't just about flashy threes and highlight passes, it's about grit. Defense isn't about being talented, it's about commitment, it's about energy. And the fact that the backups are pushing the starters like that, it says everything about the Fever's depth and toughness. It even showed in little moments. There was a sequence where Aaliyah Boston caught the ball deep but hesitated, finishing with her left hand. Instead of forcing up a weak shot, she kicked it back out, trusting the offense to find a better look. Small thing? Maybe. But those are the habits championship teams build early. Caitlin Clark's viral moment, the truth. Now, while the new footage from the scrimmage is real and shows what Caitlin and the Fever are building, there's another viral clip going around that's causing some confusion. You might have seen Caitlin Clark lighting it up, hitting 5 straight logo threes, looking absolutely unguardable. That clip? It's real, but it's not from the Fever scrimmage. It's actually from Caitlin's Iowa days, during a scrimmage against the men's practice squad.
This is wild. Caitlin Clark revealed on the David Letterman interview on Netflix that she scored 22 points in 2 minutes versus the Iowa men's practice team. And now we get to see the unseen footage of it, and here's her speaking about it as well.
So we have a practice team that's just all guys. They have to be students at the university. They basically just volunteer their time, and I think we were down 15. So we make a couple threes. We cut it to 10, maybe, I don't even know.
Now when you say we make a couple of threes, was it you or was everybody making threes?
It was me, but the points went to the Iowa Hawkeyes. So I think I had 22 points in 2 minutes was the moral of the story.
I'm sorry.
We had a high school girls basketball team there that day. So we had a little audience, and we were up in our practice gym, and they were jumping out of their chairs going crazy. Usually I never react when something like I hit a big shot, or I do, but never in a shocked way. After my 5th 3 in a row in a minute, I was like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. I was running around, and we ended up winning, and our boy practice players didn't hear the end of it. They still don't. I still love to bring it up to them. We talk a lot of crap, so.
She talked about it during her appearance on David Letterman's Netflix show, My Next Guest Needs No Introduction. In that legendary practice, she dropped 22 points in just 2 minutes. The footage resurfaced recently after her interview went live, and it's got everybody hyped all over again. Sources like Hawk Central and the New York Post confirmed it. That footage is 100% real, but from her Iowa career, not today's Fever scrimmage. Still, if anything, it just reminds everyone what Caitlin Clark is capable of when she's locked in. New look Indiana Fever, built to last. Today's scrimmage showed something even bigger than Caitlin's deep threes or the team's stifling defense. It showed that the Indiana Fever have a real blueprint for success. Coach Christie Sides clearly isn't playing around, implementing a full motion offense and pushing defensive intensity from the starters down to the bench. This is what building a contender looks like. The Fever didn't just add Caitlin Clark and call it a day. They've built around her the right way, putting her next to proven pieces like Kelsey Mitchell, who has been averaging over 18 points per game the last few seasons, and Aaliyah Boston, the 2023 WNBA Rookie of the Year. You can already see the chemistry developing between Clark and Boston. That pick and roll combination? It's going to be deadly. Boston's got that soft touch around the rim and the ability to finish through contact, which makes her a perfect match for Caitlin's passing wizardry. And let's talk real quick about the energy around this team. Indianapolis is buzzing in a way it hasn't buzzed for women's basketball in a minute. Ticket sales are up, merch is flying off the shelves, and there's this real sense of hope building. Not hype, hope. Hope that this team is the one that brings the Fever back to playoff basketball. Hope that Caitlin Clark can be the face of not just the Fever but maybe the entire WNBA. Stephanie White's fast start with the Fever. The changes for Indiana aren't just about the players, they're happening on the sidelines too. Stephanie White, who once led the Fever to back-to-back playoff runs as head coach in 2015 and 2016, is back in charge. After spending the last 2 seasons coaching the Connecticut Sun, where her teams were some of the best defensive units in the league, White is bringing a new style to Indiana. Her first practice with the new look Fever was fast, sharp, and focused heavily on defense. White made it clear from the beginning, for Indiana to win more games, defense has to get a lot better. Last season, the Fever ranked 11th out of 12 in defensive efficiency, something White and her staff are determined to fix. Players like DeWanna Bonner, who played under White in Connecticut, already know what to expect. Bonner said she received lots of messages from her new teammates asking what White's practices would be like. The answer: high energy, lots of competition, and serious focus on doing the little things right, especially on the defensive end. This is a big part of why Caitlin Clark's strong first scrimmage is even more important. Under White's system, players are being asked to not only score but to compete hard on both ends of the floor. Clark's early success shows that she's ready to adjust and lead by example. The Fever's front office, led by President Kelly Krauskopf and GM Amber Cox, made it a priority to bring in players with championship experience. Now, with White's proven coaching style, Indiana is building a team that isn't just exciting, it's structured to win. And let's not forget the coaching staff. With assistants like Brianne January and Austin Kelly supporting White, the Fever's new system is designed to help the entire team grow, with Caitlin Clark leading the way. The first scrimmage gave a small glimpse into how everything is coming together. Faster pace, better defense, and a star in Caitlin Clark, who looks ready to take another big step forward. How the new Fever roster is built to let Caitlin Clark shine. After seeing Caitlin Clark absolutely light it up in the Fever's first team scrimmage, one thing is obvious. This changes everything, and not just for her, for the entire Indiana Fever franchise. Because here's the thing, this 2025 roster, it's not just built to survive, it's built to win, and it's built around Caitlin. First off, look at the veterans they've added. Natasha Howard, DeWanna Bonner, and Sydney Colson. These aren't just experienced players, these are winners. Players who know exactly what it takes to play in big moments, who know how to let a superstar like Caitlin do her thing while backing her up when things get tough. They're not coming in to dominate the ball or slow things down. They're here to make life easier for the 23-year-old phenom. And then you add in Aaliyah Boston. Oh man. Aaliyah and Caitlin together, that's a nightmare for opposing defenses. You can't just chase Caitlin around the perimeter anymore because Aaliyah will bully you inside all day long. Pick your poison. If you double Caitlin, Aaliyah's wide open. If you collapse on Boston, Caitlin's pulling up from the logo and drilling threes in your face. Then there's Kelsey Mitchell, still one of the purest scorers in the league. And guess what? With Caitlin running the show, Kelsey's job just got a whole lot easier. She doesn't have to force shots or carry the offense every night. She can pick her spots, get cleaner looks and play way more off-ball, exactly where she's most dangerous. And we haven't even talked about the depth yet. Players like Sophie Cunningham bring that grit and grind mentality. She'll get under opponents' skin, she'll hit clutch shots, and she'll bring toughness. Lexi Hull's defense, legit. Jaylen Brown's energy, contagious. Michaela Timpson and Bree Hall, two young guns who can run the floor and keep the tempo high when Caitlin pushes the pace. Everywhere you look, this roster is loaded with players who fit with Caitlin's style. Fast-paced, high IQ, relentless. It's like they looked at how she played at Iowa, then said, let's build that, but for the pros. The truth is, if you watched that first scrimmage, you saw it happen in real time. Caitlin wasn't just scoring, she was controlling the entire gym. Her pace, her vision, her swagger, it lifted everybody around her. It felt like Indiana wasn't just running plays, they were believing in something. And that's the scariest part for the rest of the WNBA. It's only day one. If Caitlin Clark is already playing at this level, and the Fever roster is already this locked in behind her, Indiana isn't just building for the future anymore. The future is right now. Get ready, WNBA fans. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are about to turn this league upside down. Before you go, if you vibed with this breakdown, do me a favor. Smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and drop a comment down below.